Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me again, that crazy guy with that lazyeye.com. And today I'm here with Brandy Hines and Kimberly Hust. And we got a special quick announcement that we want to put out to you guys and a quick reminder of what's happening tomorrow over there at 188 West Main Street in San Jacinto on Main and Pico. We have a what you call SPAYGETTI and no balls. And why do we not have no balls, Miss Brandy?
Well, Eddie, we want to remind our community how important it is to spay, neuter, and microchip their pets. By spaying and neutering our animals, we reduce the homeless pet population, which reduces shelter euthanasia. In the U.S. alone, we euthanize about approximately 2 million animals a year simply because we don't have enough homes. So by spaying and neutering and reminding our community how important it is to spay and neuter, we reduce that homeless pet population.
Now, so we're actually having, this is a SPAYGETTI fundraiser that you guys are going to be having over at our local San Jacinto Moose Lodge. Now, so this funds, how much is the dinner plates? I know you're going to, what all is involved in the plates we're going to have?
So we have spaghetti and Datillos. If anybody's local, I'm sure they know Datillos.
Everybody knows
near and dear
Datillos.
to my heart, yes. We actually held our wedding rehearsal dinner there 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So Datillos made us homemade, handmade spaghetti pasta, 20 pounds. And let me tell you, I was just eyeballing it all the way.
You're making me hungry now.
Oh my God. We're just so grateful that they donated that. And Little Italy, which is now Grumpy Tom's, they moved over to the Stater Brothers Shopping Center over on State and Ramona Expressway. And they were gracious enough to donate all the sauce for us.
Oh, wow.
And then we actually had donations from locals as well. So I want to shout out first off to the Moose Lodge. George and the crew have been wonderful and very, very welcoming. Datillos, Grumpy Tom's, Sprouts, Stater Brothers, Grocery Outlet, Kimberly Hust and her family have been amazing and so supportive through this whole thing. And her kids, Elena and Audie. And Nadine Hamala, I don't want to forget her. She made some donations also.
Well, that's great.
And we're very grateful for all those donations. So anyway, it's going to be tomorrow, Saturday, at the Moose Lodge from 4 to 7. And the plates are $10. We're going to have spaghetti, salad, French bread, and host bar. The bar will be hosted there. And we're just hoping that everybody comes out and joins us, because these funds go into a pot which help our community animals. We help with spay and neuter, we help with microchipping, we help with vaccinating, we help with veterinary care where needed. Our main goal is to reduce the homeless pet population by keeping animals with their families and out of the shelters.
That's it.
And
Operation Empty Cages.
Right, and reducing that pet population, that is so vital to our community. And so please choose to adopt instead of shop. We have a lot of animals in the shelter that need homes. So please support our shelters and don't support the breeders, because that adds to this mess that we have.
Let's get those dogs out of cages and
Right,
then, you know.
right, before we think about breeding more into this world.
That's right.
There's too many suffering and paying the price that need homes.
No, this is going to be, like I say, at the Moose Lodge. It's not going to be go to the Walmart and get that dry old spaghetti that you cook up and throw in the water. This is actually fresh, homemade spaghetti.
Fresh homemade spaghetti.
You know, I've never tried fresh homemade. I can't wait.
You're
So, and these plates are $10 a plate, right?
Right.
Okay.
And all the proceeds are going to Operation Empty Cages, which is the nonprofit. I am the founder and CEO, and like I said, we help the community pets, and we help a lot of the homeless with their pets as well.
And I've seen a lot of the help you've done, and you do such a great job,
Thank
you and
you.
Kimberly. And I also want to introduce Kimberly, too. Everybody knows Miss Kimberly. If you don't, you want to know her when your pet goes up missing, because Kimberly and yourself also has the pet scanners, and we actually, with Him and News, have a lot of donations that came in.
She's
and
the reason I have my scanner.
Right.
Operation Empty Cages donated the scanner to me so I could get out there and do my thing.
And now we
Animals
ordered
home.
more scanners thanks to your donations that came in. So I know you ordered those. They'll be in soon. And that way we can issue those out to other trusted people that we can depend on that will help us scan for lost dogs and return them back to their pet
She
owners.
also
You know?
has the 50-50 drawing.
Yep,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going to
what's
have a
about that?
50-50 drawing at the event, so get ready for that also. And I think we're going to be playing some Italian music.
Yes, Italian music
Right.
going on.
Oh, we got to
Dancing.
get John Strangus out there then, right? And get him out there singing.
I
So.
think we're going to have some Italian music.
It sounds like,
DJ, they're
yeah.
going to be Jason. Yep. And
So I have to tell you, this gal has been amazing in our community. She's out there all
Oh,
hours.
she's a go-getter.
All
I mean.
hours of the night. If someone has found a pet, she goes out there and she scans the dogs or cat. She's done cats too.
I have done cat. Yes.
And
We're going to be scanning people next, you know.
Right?
A couple
We're all
asked
gonna
me-
have chips
a couple
eventually.
asked me, "Can you scan my husband?" I'm like, "Well, if you need to scan your husband, then
You got problems.
But she's amazing. She's out there. She dedicates her time and
My
her
kids, too.
kids.
Right.
Her kids are out there with her helping reunite these animals. Our goal is to get these animals home. And so with these scanners, what they do is if they have a microchip, we're able to get those animals home rather than go to the shelter. If they don't have a microchip, let me clarify this because there's a lot of miscommunication out there. We always, always, always tell people to take found pets to the shelter unless there's a microchip and we can get that animal home.
yes."
And, you know, that's what we believe in because the shelter is going to be the first place an owner searches for their pet. Holding on to these animals really isn't doing them any service. We want to get these animals home. If there's an animal that you're worried about or maybe want to adopt, take it to the shelter, let it serve its legal stray hold, and put your information in with the shelter to let them know that, hey, I'm interested in this dog if the owner doesn't claim it.
Right.
And adopt it legally.
Not
Right.
just say, I'm going to keep this dog. Yes, it don't have a chip. It's my dog
Right.
now. You
Well,
know, it don't
and
work
Now, we
that way.
cannot force anyone to do that, but
Right.
that's what we recommend when we get there. When I scan, if there's no chip, then I
recommend
you need to
take it
take
to
to the
shelter.
shelter. Now,
But-
what they do after that, I cannot force anyone.
But what I want to say is if it does have a chip, try to find the owners. And we have that way of
So if it
doing
does
that.
have a chip, of course, we call the chip company. We tell them all the information. We give them, the finder's information and everything. They call who the pet belongs to and gets them reunited.
And that's another thing, too, that really want to stress
And
out
it's
to the
very
public.
important, yes, to make sure your chips
chip is
are
updated.
registered. Because I get to many places and scan animals, and I'm like, yes, there's a chip. But then when I call the company, there's no chip registered. They're like, there's a chip in the dog, but it is not registered. So folks, when you get these chips put in, make sure you register them. It's very important to register the chips.
And you're given instructions with your chip to be able to go and register them.
Yes.
And also, too, if you do get a dog or a cat or a pet and it's already been chipped, it's always important to make sure you update that
Yes,
chip
every
information because if
they
not,
say
it's
every
going to go
maybe
back
3,
to the
6
owner.
months,
Absolutely.
make sure that information is updated, and always make sure there's a separate backup number. You always want to have at least 2 backup numbers, because what if you don't answer your phone, or what if you're on vacation, or what if you changed your number and forgot to update it? So then at least there's always a couple of numbers to contact.
That's it.
You want to tell them about the couple of odd situations you had happen?
With what? Which
A
ones?
Paris dog that was found in Hemet?
Oh yes. I got a call to go scan a dog, and so when I got there to scan, the dog was missing since Christmas, and so we called the owner, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "My dog's been missing since Christmas." She was so happy to have her dog back. Somebody stole it in Paris, and it ended up in Hemet. So
Yeah.
the same thing with another dog. I have a lot on my mind right now, but where was it? Pennsylvania. So we
There's,
scanned
yeah.
one dog, and it was from Pennsylvania. So the family, somebody took the dog, and it was missing from Pennsylvania. So that dog got reunited back with those owners.
Well, remember
So-
that story that we did with Fred? A dog was found in Riverside, and they brought it to Hemet. We scanned, I think, matter of fact, yeah, Fred scanned the dog, called the chip company. As soon as they gave the chip information, they like, how did you get your hands on this dog?
Exactly.
And come find out, the dog was stolen in a home invasion up in Northern California.
remember
Was
this.
gone for 10 years
I can't
and
tell
got
you.
reunited.
What a lot of people don't know, Eddie, is a lot of people assume that animals have to have surgery to have a microchip implanted.
Yeah, right, it don't.
And they don't. So, folks, remember that, when you take your animals in and you get them vaccinated, they get a shot, right? It's the same type of situation. It's just a larger bore needle, and it's about the size of a grain of rice, and that goes right under the skin at the nape of the neck here. And that chip usually runs about $20, $21, somewhere in there at your local shelters. Some vet offices are a little more expensive, but I'm telling you, that's the best $20 you will ever spend on your animal.
Very well worth it.
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
And please let the professionals do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, don't try to order or anything like that. Always let the professionals do it, because the chips can pop out if it's not done right.
Exactly.
They can pop out, they can migrate, all kinds of things could happen, so it's always best to have it done by veterinary personnel.
And a chip could move. That's why we like to scan the whole dog. I go over it 2 to 3 times myself. Legs, tails, stomach, back, side. I make sure that the whole dog gets scanned. I'm already there scanning the dog,
Might as
so
well do
I
it
take
all,
my
right?
time, and I want to make sure I just don't scan the head where they say the chip is. I scan the whole body,
Right.
because you never know.
That's it. So we'll cover more on pets. I know we're going to be starting a pet TV news type segments every week, and we'll be having you guys on it a lot, because you guys are out there with our pets a lot, and we want to tell more about Operation Empty Cages and what you guys are about.
Absolutely.
But until then, folks, we definitely want to make sure you guys do come down tomorrow, Saturday, over there at the Moose Lodge. The address is 188 West Main Street there in San Jacinto, off of Main and Pico, right there at the Five Corners area. And it's going to be from 4 to 7. It's $10 a plate. And it's going to be real spaghetti, folks. No balls, but, we'll have probably some hamburger meat in there, but
Right.
no
Yes,
balls.
yes,
So.
yes. Lots of fun.
Definitely come down, support this fundraiser cause. Make sure you do share this video and let all your friends know where to go for a good dinner for a good cause, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This is Eddie George, that crazy guy with the lazy eye, with HimandINews.com.